Hey guys, I'm Joel. Today's moving day. As you can see, might be a little bit obvious. I look a little bit crispier. This is crazy. I got a new camera. Stepping my game up a tiny little bit. I want to try and be a little more cinematic sometimes. I think it'll be cool. I really wanted to have a legit camera when I'm rebuilding this engine so I can show everything. The shop is ready. The shop is in paint. Now I can start. Oh, Charles Leclerc spun! Oh! Charles Leclerc spun!
6.
Did he spin at the end of the lap? This camera's crazy. What is going on?
So it's turn 13.
In the chicane, in the slow last chicane. Oh my god. I ended up getting a Sony A7C. It's got the little silver on top. It's kind of hard to show with the actual camera, but it has a flip out screen so I can see myself when I'm recording. This is so cool. Look at this. This camera looks so good here. Now, the audio. I think with all the tires that are back in that office over there, once we put them on top of the office, I think it's gonna provide a lot of sound deadening. But before that, my dad is actually on his way here because he wants to do the plastering and the mudding inside the office. I'm just gonna do a quick before and after to show you guys what it looks like. As you can tell, we're just gonna come in, clean all that up, get all this good. I don't know what we're gonna do about that drop ceiling. Look who just showed up. What do you think? This is the first time you're seeing it all in person.
Yeah, those wires we need to organize.
The wires?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now the E30 needs to go right here. You think we can do the drop ceiling too?
Yeah.
Cause look, we have it over there, but I don't know if any of that is gonna be reusable.
Yeah, we can.
Dad's getting his inner mud working, helping me out. I appreciate you, Dad. I'm trying to learn how this camera works while he's doing all this. My dad got the wall all done. Now we gotta wait for it to dry, like usual. I'm so thankful he did it for me because I really didn't want to do it, but I gotta come back in and sand it all down and then put a coat of white paint over it. Before I'm actually able to move the E30 to the shop, I have to put everything that I can in this car and fill it to the top. Some spare axles. I do have a crazy cart. That thing, I haven't seen it in so long because the rear wheels explode so easily. That is the welded diff that came out of the E30. It's going in there. Those 3 plastic bins also going in the E30. There's just so much small random stuff that's in here that's like, oh, that's mine. So let's just see how long it takes to fill this all up. And I'm also going to take my toolbox and throw it in the back of the E46 wagon. And I think that's just about everything. For those of you wondering what the sound system in my E30 is, I have a single Kicker Comp R 12-inch sub in that small little box right there with those 2 amps. I'm not sure exactly. Scar Audio RP150 and the Roxford Fosgate. Information's right there. I can't really read it from over here, but it sounds good. I like it a lot. I watched that clip back and I saw that you guys might be wondering about mounting. So I have some Velcro on the bottom of this. So it's the one side that is like kind of good with this. And the Velcro gets held in place pretty well. It isn't 100% held down so like it can go like that. But it's heavy enough that the Velcro holds it from side to side movement. And then I have a piece of ABS plastic in the back. And then the amps are mounted to the ABS plastic so that it makes it a little bit easier to mount it. And then just self tappers, one right there and one right there. And then on the other side matching. So 4 self tappers on the top. And that's what holds it in. That is like the easiest thing that I could think of. It's kind of heavy. E30 is packed full. Ooh, look at that. Oh man, look at the E30. Underexposed. The AAA guy said he's gonna be here in 15 minutes, so I'm just waiting for him.
Cook something right now.
You're so fucking crazy.
Cook something.
Yo, fuck you. What do you mean cook something? Look at the time that it is. He wants me to cook a meal. Drinking your lemon water, bot.
Lemon. Yo, you bitch.
grab my baby. Cooling the E46 down because it's hot as shit in that car now. We have made it. Well, that exhaust is not happy. You good? You good, bro? This shop filled up very quickly now that the E30 is in here. I got the bench moved over and this is way more comfortable. I have so much room compared to my garage. All this storage in here. Look at it. Toolbox. I'm gonna get some shelves right here in the back. Now we're gonna get right into it. Let's start tearing this E30 down. Oh, pain.
Yo, send me the link. Send me the link.
Pain.
Send me the link.
Yo, shut the fuck up, alright?
Send me the link.
I got the trims popped off of the bumper. Here we have them. I used some red Scotch-Brite and just scuffed them down. Got them nice and good. I'm gonna spray some trim paint on these and hopefully then it will match this 3D printed plate for the center. For that. I'm trying to show you something.
That's on you.
That's the before right now. You can see the line. I didn't take it off previously to do the dye, but it's dusted, so.
Yo, those scumbags didn't even buy anything. They just wanted their to make it look like it worked.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to get this bumper on. What? It looks so good. It's like messing with my head seeing it looks this good. I gotta retuck the bumper by hand. Oh my god, it's a whole new car. I need to bolt that lip on it. Hold on, let me do that lip. Damn, the E30, finally. I've been waiting to see this front end for actual years. Oh man, Yo, you gotta come look at the car now. The front bumper's on and it looks different. I can't stop looking at it. I need to tear it down so I can take the engine apart, but I needed the baseline photo for my merch. So we got the baseline photo now. The front end is on and everything. What you think?
Facts.
Fuck with it?
Yeah,
with the caps?
She looked like a cute bitch at the club, but she was kind of in a rush to get ready because her friends was outside. So feel me?
And now it looks cleaned up, right? It looks proper. It looks like it had time to get ready.
Exactly. She had time.
I also grabbed a Doyle 4-inch vise from Harbor Freight. This thing looks so good on the shelf. This thing looks so good on the corner right there. What? Look at that. I'm happy I took the bumper off because now I would not want to take it off. The E30 has been here for like 2 days and look at how much it's leaked already. This thing is such a piece of shit, but whatever, that's what that's what comes with M52s, yo. That's some black ass oil. That's all the metal shavings that came off. There wasn't really any big chunks or anything. I don't think there's gonna be that crazy damage. We'll see. Look at that.
Yeah, this shit came apart. That shit, nigga in the video, that shit in all one piece.
Let's pull a couple off, yo. 3 1/4 inch core. It's not bad actually. I thought it was 3 inch.
My dog, it just looked crazy from this angle.
Let's go.
Like they have little baskets for you to throw everything, so.
I don't have flush cuts, but this will do the trick. So now you guys may be wondering what I'm doing. I'm taking the core support off because I made my core support on this E30 removable. If you didn't see my video, I do have a video doing this. I'll link it right up here if you're interested. But it's held in by bolts. Oh, I'm missing one. But I made tabs right there, welded it to the core support on all sides right there. Oh, maybe I just forgot to put them in. And the same on this side too, for both sides. I'm just gonna take the whole radiator support off and then pull the engine straight out the front. There we go. Swarm and sawdust. Oh, the hood cable. Look at that. Movable core support. It's not even funny how easy it is now to do everything. I also want to delete this ABS while I'm here because I don't have any of the sensors in the hubs to make it work anyways. So I'm just going to delete that while I'm here. Something else that I didn't realize, my breather tank was leaking a lot. It was right under my intercooler piping, and maybe that is why my car leaked so much oil, because it was always leaking and I couldn't find where, and maybe it was going through my frame rail, through the control arm, and onto the floor from this little thing. So that's also gonna get upgraded. So this is how I did the removable core support. I just literally put 2 riv nuts into the frame rail, 2 riv nuts into the little lining right there up by the fender, matched it on both sides, and that's all that holds it in. Alright, I haven't checked this catch can in so long. It could be filled to the brim. Last time I checked it, it was empty though. Still actually pretty empty. Damn, that's not bad. If it was rings, I would expect that to be full. There's no blow-by in it. What? There you go, there's the shot. There's nothing in there. I'm so surprised.
It was a good time to be honest.
That's what I like. Unfortunate. Exactly. That was so stupid. The left of the fuel pressure regulator. Let me just take a picture of it. I need new fuel lines. My fuel lines are kind of cracking. Always take a picture before you disassemble your car, or else nobody's gonna know how to put it back together. No fuel. There we go. Intake manifold dissolve. I'm also going to take off the ground while I'm here. I can now release my VEMS standalone. BMWs, all you gotta do is just disconnect everything that goes into the glove box, all the grounds, all the little stuff like that into the power. And you don't have to disconnect any wires on the engine. That's what I love. I could just literally leave that right there and the engine can come out with all that. This is what it's looking like under the E30. It's an absolute disaster. Everything is covered in oil. My exhaust is, oh my God. It's just been leaking for so long. Everything is drenched. Oh my goodness, I'm sick. The O2 sensors are still in, so I'm just gonna leave them connected right there. Lastly, there we go. Let's see how useful the vise is. I need the 17 for the diff bolts on the drive shaft, so let's see if we can get it off. Let's go! The vise putting in work already. Yeah! Last but not least, the slave cylinder is on the transmission. That's the last thing. Now I can play kind of with this carabiner as a low leveler. No, I poked a hole through it. Fuck. Because I poked a hole through it, I'm gonna use a razor and cut that piece of wastegate light off before I forget. My vehicle speed sensor wire comes from my engine harness through here into my dash and plugged in behind my cluster. It wasn't a big deal before because I never had my full interior in, but now that I have it in, that's really annoying. So I'm about to just splice the wire and put a little connector right here. Call it a day. Probably not right there, but somewhere down here, you know? Last thing left are those two fittings on the power steering rack because they're connected to the pump and to the reservoir. Since M52 sits so crooked, this engine mount is always a kind of pain to get off, so a separate jack and a piece of wood right under and it popped off. Look at my twin disc. Hey, yo! How did I get these bolts on there? Oh! Huh? I think I have to get the chromie. Please fit. Kinda, but oh my god, it's so. Oh my god, if it's that tight, there's no way I'm taking that stripped one off. Let's go, this is a stripped one. Fucking go. This is the condition of the clutch. I think it looks pretty good because it still has some meat on it. You can see the lines in between them all. There's a little bit of heat spots. It only has about a year on it, so I wouldn't expect it to be bad. There, and there's the flywheel. Boy, the harness is off. First things first, before taking the belt off, I always forget to do this before taking the belt off. No water, let's go. That's on fucking Titan. That is OD tight. Holy shit. Oh no, my power steering pump is still connected to it. I wonder, does she have it on 3? Let's see. Hopefully. Wait. I gotta make sure it's at top dead center before I go on and take this off. Let me take the valve cover off now. There we go, top dead center. In German. Damn, I put that tight. Pretty sure it's because it was leaking oil, so I tightened it more. That's crazy. This right here is the best tip I could give you guys. Use a brake flare nut tool to take off the exhaust manifold studs, whatever, you know. Because you can get in there and you won't strip it because it's gripping all around the nut. I'm tightening it. It works really well. Look at that. I'll take this whole exhaust manifold off with this wrench right here. Look at that. I was running no exhaust manifold gasket. Oh, it was leaking in the front first cylinder. I'm gonna be using a gasket this time though. This is actually a pretty big moment right now because one of my biggest negligences with this engine was that I didn't go back and retorque the head after the first heat cycle. So this has a cut ring head gasket, and a cut ring head gasket is special because it has little metal rings around the piston and it cuts into the head. And if the head studs come loose because I didn't come back and tighten it, then that's pretty L. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, they're all tight. Yep, still tight. Oh, holy moly. Oh man, yeah, this is definitely still tight. Holy shit. Yeah, these were by no means loose, so that was not the issue. I'm about to run out of memory, but please just... I have so much footage. I filled up a 125 gigabyte SD card right before taking the head off. But to show you guys now the damage, absolutely torched cylinder number 3. That is unfortunate. And just to add right now, I have no idea what happened or what was the cause of this. I'm hoping that we can come to a conclusion as a community. Let me get these pistons pulled out though so we can get a better look at everything. That front main looks good, y'all. So it was leaking all from the oil pan. That's like barely anything from right here. The way of sealing this oil pan is just clearly not working ever. I need to stop doing this because all I do is some of Permatex the right stuff and that's it. And it's leaking everywhere. I need to figure out a new way to seal the oil pan. Oh my God, I want to shoot the bolts in it. This beauty right here is reverse thread. Damn, that was pretty loose. I gave it like no torque and it popped off. Thankfully I had that safety wire though, because these tend to come loose. There we go. Also a look at the head. First 2 cylinders looked alright. Right there on the 3rd cylinder you can see all the damage that it did. I don't know if the head is fine. The machine shop is going to have to flow test that and see if it's okay. but everything else looks to be in working order. Maybe the valves got messed up right there. It looks like the coating is like a little bit of carbon scraped off of the valve right there, and that's why it's clear on the corners. But those chips right, well, that's like metal. Oh, what the hell? That's like compounding, valve compounding, grinding compound. What the hell? It like all went away. Hopefully I don't make too much of a mess right here. This always sucks. Oh, it's water. So I'm gonna pull cylinder 3 out right away just so we can have a look around it and see what's good. Oh, good. Rod bearing looks to be in pretty good condition. Oh, it's coming out. Forgot how small and dinky. Oh, man. We got some carnage. Damn. Ringland. I blew the ringlands in cylinder 3 and 4. This is 4. Top of the piston looks fine. Side of the piston does not. Damn.
It looks crazy disassembled though. It brings me back. Exactly.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to come in and give it a good old 1-2 tip. You're watching a master at work. Imagine.
You put the count in though.
Oh, that's pretty good actually.
Went so far.
2. This is just the liquid moly putting in work. That oil was black as shit. It was leaking so much oil that I just kept adding more. It was leaking out of my valve cover. I had a really bad crack in my valve cover. All these look good. Oh, here's the thrust bearing. This one's gonna need a good thrusting to get out.
Pause.
No. This crank's going on the shelf. Oh my god. She's officially been fucked. By every corner. A last look over everything. The bearings look all pretty good. Except for this one, actually. This is cylinder 4. And cylinder 4 got some pretty good damage in the ringlands right there. So ringland broke on that piston and ringland broke on the cylinder number 3 right there. I just burned that cylinder down. This is what the damage on the block looks like. It just feels like a little patch on it. It doesn't even feel that bad. I can't feel it with my nail that much. I don't know, maybe a hone can fix that. Maybe that's just like spare residue from the piston, because the piston melted. And the piston left the residue all over the head too. So maybe a hone would actually fix this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below, because I don't know. That looks kind of savable to me. I think a good way to explain this is that it feels like a scab almost. It's sitting on top of the cylinder wall. So maybe I'm just gonna run a hone through it regardless and just see what happens. If it's salvageable, then I'll use it again. So I'm gonna buy. Actually, I was gonna use a ball hone, but I could probably just use the 3-finger one. That's what they say. Some people have good luck with the 3-finger one. We'll see. I'm gonna try whatever comes up. So yeah, I think the reason why the ringlands exploded was just because I was holding it at the top of 5th gear for a really long time, and it just stressed it out and it just didn't want to exist anymore. I pushed my luck with it really badly. I kind of forgot that you don't really want to do a 1/4 mile pass and then just hold it at the top end for a really long time in these cars, because that's just asking for problems. I'm not an R8. I can't just cruise at those speeds in this car. But my shelves look very good back here. My crankshaft, head, everything accessory wise on the shelves. Everything looks good right here. This is the perfect way to store everything. And a look at the crank. Everything looks good on the crank. So that's gonna be the end of this video, finally. This is like 3 hours of footage, and it's so much. I wanted to put it into 2 videos, but people don't care enough for it to be 2 videos. Everyone wants to just see what went wrong with the E30, so I'll just make it one long episode so that you guys can sit back and relax. At least I hope you guys sat back and relaxed, because it's already done now, but it was so comfortable working in here. My engine's torn apart over there, and there's still so much room in here, like comfortably. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna rebuild this engine as soon as possible. Follow me on Instagram right here at E30Joel to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, because I previewed so much of this stuff on there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.